I recommend this film, The Legend of Ochi, to people who are high on drugs. And I mean, like right now, you need to go before you miss the window and the effects wear off. Because I've been around people on psychedelics before, and this is exactly the sort of film they'd ask me to throw on, and then half an hour later, desperately ask me to turn off, depending on the way things are going. And I understand that when you make a fantasy film, the big appeal from some of them is that everything feels off kilter. Every single character, every way, everything that happens in the world feels like it's been dreamed up um, by someone who is altered in the brain in some way, and that's the people who are going to enjoy these films the most. But also, there is for people who need that escapism, and people can only really truly achieve escapism when it feels like they're not living in their own world anymore. And people can achieve that via books as well because they are not limited by the rules of regular film and television. They can go wherever they like in their brain. And I completely understand that. But at some point, I do feel like these weird films are not as artistic as they think they are. There are little moments of weirdness where I just feel like the mask slips sometimes, where I think that was just done for weirdness and shock comedy's sake, rather than some profound piece of art and writing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with shock comedy coming from weirdness, but it really did. It just danced between the genres a little bit too much for me. I was thinking, am I watching some really interesting family, profound film about nature? Or am I watching something where all of the actors are trying very, very hard not to laugh because they know it's funny? I think I'd have just preferred to be clear on what genre I was watching, I suppose.